G'day guys, welcome back to the Bray and Ethan podcast, episode 87, powered by Bro for 2023, and Hat Locker have also jumped on in recent weeks. And if you want to get yourself a little discount or two, you can use code Bray and Ethan 20 for 20% off across both websites, Hat Locker and Bro, Ethan.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised we actually got in the studio, to be honest. Bit of a late delay, but we've made it.
Yep.
About halfway through when we're meant to be in here. But we often ask guests who they'd recommend to get on. And this man's popped up almost all the time, you know, to provide a bit of value. So he's got a bit to live up to. And I always feel small when guests come in, but today I'm feeling particularly tiny. Big, strong ruck forward out of Perth Demons and the WA18s. Coen Livingstone, welcome. How are you?
Thanks for having me. Good, yeah. You?
Yeah, good. Sorry about the delay. We finally got in here.
It's good.
Appreciate you giving up your time on this, I guess, rather late Friday afternoon.
It is. We've both had a busy week. And did you just say you feel small?
I do. You probably feel small. Well, not as small as me, but
I was talking to a good friend of the show, Jacob Lansmere, earlier today, and he was like, "Oh, Ethan's going to look very, very small in that photo later on today." And I said, "Well, we might be sitting down, so we might actually look somewhat decently sized."
I don't know about that. I think I'll be looking pretty small, but yeah.
Well, Cohen, you're a long way from your hometown. When we say a long way, just an hour or so away. So how was York as a youngster, and were you always dominating and throwing blokes around that were your size out there?
I probably only shot up when I was probably year 7, so I wasn't always the biggest bloke. I was actually a little bit of an inside mid winger, York. What can I say? Like, just love it. It's good little quiet town. Yeah,
Hometown. Get back there a little bit, do you?
yeah. Go home on the weekends, bit like after football games and stuff like that. Go back to the family, see the dogs. So, yeah, it's good.
That's a perk about living sort of that far away from the city, isn't it? It's only an hour trip.
Yeah.
Like if you live in, if you're from Bunbury or something, it's 2 and a bit hours each weekend if you want to do that. And it's a very big trip. But York, nice little spot out there in the Avon.
Absolutely. And a couple of Alco Cups at Scotch when you moved there. How do you reflect back at your time there? And now that you've transitioned out, what's keeping you busy?
Yeah, I missed it a little bit, to be honest, especially the boarding aspect. Like some of those mates I've made, those long life bonds and stuff. But yeah, footy like the Alcos, memories I'll cherish forever. Like it was just, amazing to be a part of that.
Yeah. I feel like everyone misses school somewhat, no matter what you're doing, and you're never going to go back. So, and I guess work-wise, I think you said you woke up pretty early this morning.
I woke up at like 4:30, so I'm a bit tired now. But I do lifeguarding. Okay. Surprising, but yeah.
Where at?
Aqua Life in Vic Park.
Okay. Nice and close to home.
Yeah, 5-minute drive. So.
Yeah. Well, unlike me, when I start at 5 o'clock in the morning, I got to leave at 4:15 because it's a half an hour and a bit trip. So that is my dream, to live 5 minutes from anywhere I have to go. But your uncle is Chance Bateman, who won a flag with the Hawks in 2008. We hear about that father-son connection, but what's the influence been like from him, especially given he works at West Coast and you're a NGA there?
Definitely growing up, it's always been someone to look up to. Just having that uncle like in the background in the AFL was always something I wanted to achieve. At West Coast, I see him a little bit, but nothing too much.
Yeah, does it always get mentioned, like nephew of or whatever?
Yeah, it's actually cousin.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so a few people have got it wrong there. Yeah. And I guess West Coast would be the obvious link, but what's the chat's been like with them or just like other clubs up until this point? You involved much with West Coast outside of the NGA, or it's pretty open with chats with other clubs? Yeah,
it's pretty open. I mean, after pick 40, if I lucky enough to get there, I think, hopefully wherever. Yeah.
And when was it that you sort of thought, being a draft prospect would be an option? Because you played state prior to 2023.
Yeah.
But would you say playing in that All-Stars game gave you a bit more of a feel for it?
Yeah, definitely. Those kids like my age, they were, the best of 40 in the country. So it was definitely a good indication, like where I'm at, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, and because probably coming into the year, I guess half a dozen of WA best products. So it would be would have been cool to play on that, especially before grand final day.
It was amazing.
Yeah, would have been an elite experience, no matter how full the stands were.
Yeah.
Be unreal to play on the G. Well, a dominant start to your Colts season, highlighted by 6 goals before the second champs game. Did that help you with any confidence at all, considering you kicked an early one against SA and set up another one not long after?
Yeah, it definitely did. Probably lucky there to get a few free kicks, but yeah, no, it was good. Definitely a huge confidence booster, and I think went all right after that. So yeah,
and yeah, because kicked an early one in that one, and you didn't play the first game in the champs, so that was your first game, but the team's second.
Yeah.
Bit of a tongue-in-cheek question, this one. Against Vic Country, I think you dropped a mark on the siren from about 80 metres out.
Yeah.
Any thought of what if, or a big barrel from 80 if you took it?
Yeah, definitely thought about it. I was like, oh, geez, no, I've dropped it. But yeah, it was always on my mind, like, can I get the distance? But
a 50-metre penalty somehow.
Yeah, try to bait it, but yeah, I don't know.
Just a bit of tongue-in-cheek there. How do you rate your champs as a whole? It's been done. We know the team performances on the road speak for themselves, but I guess travelling and your own individual games from the 3 that you played?
Yeah, I think definitely SA was probably one of my better games, just like around covering the ground and forward craft. But yeah, I think I competed well most of the champs. Vic Metro, the game we just played wasn't my best, but yeah, just happy to be a good experience. So yeah,
for sure. Well, I guess there's some talk around, the local AFL season at the moment with Jackson and Darcy, how they mix together. So what's the balance, I guess, for you being like from being a ruck to a forward in the same game? Because a lot of people say it's a little bit the same, but then, you run with a forward ruck or a ruck forward.
Yeah, which one is it?
Which one do you run with?
I think it's a forward ruck. I think I'm a bit too small to be a main ruckman, but yeah, forward ruck.
Yeah.
So you're more Jackson,
Jackson's just a unicorn. He goes everywhere.
Yeah.
He's a midfielder.
Like, he's more of a ruckman, but in terms of him and Darcy, you'd say he's the more forward of the two, just because of his size, because Darcy's just an animal.
Yeah, it probably would have helped having like Mitch Edwards as the main ruck. He's more of a out-and-out ruck, probably going to go top 10 best ruck in the country, everyone's saying. So that would have helped with that balance, do you reckon?
Yeah, it definitely did. I think I wanted to play more forward, so definitely having Mitch there helped a fair bit with that.
Yep. Another sort of lighter-hearted question. Was there an unofficial role you had with the state team, whether that was pumping up the boys or, I guess, being the class clown or anything like that? Because, as we said off the top, you're someone that the boys have just recommended to get on, and have said a funny, so we kind of want to unpack the reasoning behind that.
I don't want to boost my ego, but bit of a class clown.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nothing crazy. No pump-ups or anything.
Yeah.
I was a pretty quiet guy.
Would you say living in a boarding house for 6 years of your life, whatever it was, has created some extra confidence in yourself with hanging around with boys on trips and no one there to, I guess, get you in trouble or whatever, or with your mates having fun? Is that giving you extra confidence?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit.
Just experience.
Boarders always have extra confidence, especially in a lot of stuff.
Like showering and stuff. We used to just walk around in towels and
Would have been, you said class clown, would have been, I guess, a little bit of battle. I feel like Oscar, some of these other boys, there might have been a bit of competing for, I guess, talking or whatnot. But
I think Oscar definitely wins it.
Yeah.
He outdid everyone. But yeah.
Well, there's no doubt you'd be striving for a Colts flag with Perth this year because you guys are looking incredible at the moment, and maybe even a league gig down the track as well. But the culture has been pretty elite from what we've heard. But in your own words, what's the key to all this success at the moment down there in the Colts team?
I think we're just having fun. It's just a real tight group at the moment. I think everyone's good mates. So yeah. Yeah,
that was Oscar. I think he said there's no separation between the boys who are 16 and the guys who are turning 19. Everyone's just so close, and you do a lot of things outside of footy as well.
Yeah. Even the futures coming up, I think we're all pretty close with them, and get around to them. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, well, we had Luke Kelly last week, and he said, I think it was the year before the state summer camp, he was thinking too much about footy, then just went out, played footy, had fun,
Yeah.
enjoyed playing at Guildford,
Yeah.
and then he's obviously now found that spot in the state team, doing pretty well. So I guess, would you say the fun side of footy is what's making you guys just, I guess, have fun and succeed out there on the field?
Yeah, definitely. Especially myself, like if I just want to have fun, like I usually would say I played a bit better, like especially at Scotch, like that whole last year was just fun based. And
So there's probably not too much pressure, I guess, at PSA footy. You're there to have fun with your mates, play some good footy and get results. Like as in Waffle, you got I don't know, 6 coaches or whatever, and pretty loyal fan base for the guys that love getting down there. And for the 8 o'clock start for you guys.
Yeah.
So pressure's off. Have some more fun in PSA footy, huh?
And what are the goals, I guess, moving forward for the rest of the year? Like you'll probably be a really big part of the Colts team as you guys push for a flag. And so is that mainly it, or like a league debut, or combine? You got your eye on any of that, or is it just pretty much Perth and getting a medal around your neck?
Yeah, definitely the medal around the neck, but for individual, probably a league game at the end of the year or sometime. I think, I really want to get that done.
And I guess you're lucky that Perth aren't playing finals footy.
From a selfish point of view,
as they're not going to be playing finals footy, you'd think.
Yeah.
So that means you can, potentially have a decent run at league footy later on in the year and then come straight back into that Colts team and potentially get that medal.
Especially if Perth wrap up top of the ladder with a few games to go or something.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. We'll head over to the Instagram Q&As, of course, thanks to Skinbro and Hat Locker. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Bray and Ethan, TikTok, Bray, Ethan. We'll kick it off here with Cade Reid. Do you think you're the best Cohen in the state team?
I like this one. It's different spelling, of course, with Cohen, the other Cohen.
I think I'll take my spelling. Yeah, it'd be close.
James.Palumbo, 17. How does it feel to be the second best footballer in the house?
So, that's my roommate from York. He goes and plays at York in the league side. So, he's not the flashiest, but he does love to chirp. So, yeah.
Ed Graham, I'm assuming that's a double underscore at the end of it. Looks pretty long. Who's the most underrated footballer you've ever played with?
He would probably have to be one of them, to be honest. He's just, plays back, plays forward, and at PSA, he's just dominated. But
So from Scotch?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just fishing for that compliment.
Yeah, definitely was.
Bodie_Derek, who's the cheekiest guy in the state team?
Oscar, without a doubt. Yep. Even Bailey Harbour, I reckon he's up there. Little cheeky one.
His brother was pretty similar, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Runs in the family.
Yeah. Louise Ann Bradshaw, will you cry if you have to play for Freo?
Nah, I'll be happy to go anywhere. That's my auntie, so they're all Freo supporters. But
You're obviously
Eagles. So,
Eagles.
Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't.
You see it quite a lot, guys going for West Coast. They end up going to Freo on the other way around. I remember Ruben Jinby was a Freo supporter, and I think Neil Erasmus was a Eagles. Matt Johnson was an Eagles.
It
just seems to happen. So
it's the luck of the draw, isn't it?
WA footy prospects. Kind of covered it, but what's beneficial about the Eagles NGA?
Like the high performance programs, we've learnt some things in there, like nutrition and just game preparation and stuff like that. All the real simple stuff, but very important. So I think that's helped a lot.
Yeah, and I guess you not living, but you're in that. I guess they obviously make it try to be elite, an elite environment to try and make it as close as to the AFL side of things as possible. So that would be, I guess, a big sort of head start to maybe the lifestyle that you potentially could be living next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Joe Matthews, how's big McGinney's farm?
I think it's pretty big. He's been out. I haven't seen him for a while. He's been working hard, so probably get him down to Perth soon.
York boy?
Pardon?
Is that York?
Nah, Meriden.
Meriden's further out. Nice.
Yeah.
You can feel free to say no comment on this one if you want. Eva Casey, have you noticed more attraction from the ladies since playing at this level of footy?
Nah, no comment.
I did see this. I think it was yesterday. I reckon half of the state team posted all photos from the
Oh,
state
mate,
team.
it was a spree.
All of
I've
you
been-
It was a
started
spree.
I've been holding off.
Yeah.
Someone said to me like, "Are you going to do a little spam?" And I was like, "Nah, I'll wait a few weeks."
I was actually thinking about that. It was,
Every second post that
mate,
came up was all the boys in the
I was
state team.
sick of commentary.
Yeah, whoever the first one was, and they've probably just been like, "Oh, everyone's copying me now," and then it just took off.
Trendsetter.
Yeah,
That was interesting. I was picked up on that yesterday. So you haven't jumped on the trend yet. You're gonna hold off or just nothing at all?
I'll hold off.
Hold
I'll
off.
start my own one in
Yeah.
a few weeks.
hold off till the Colts flag, hopefully. Where are we up to? Do you want to go, Chris?
Ava Casey is next.
Oh, we just did that
we
one.
just did that. Sorry.
You go, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. CHNG28. Which goal against East Freo in round 4 was your best? Right banana from the left pocket? Question mark.
Yeah, I think that one was definitely probably up. Yeah, up there.
Sounds like there was a couple.
Was that on the
Good
run or a
goals.
set shot?
It was like I wasn't really on the run. I kind of just like got a handball and I was like, I might over ping here and just dropped it on the right foot and it went in. I was just
Nice.
like,
Was that the same game? I saw a video that you took a ball out of the ruck and just snapped it. Was that the
yeah,
same game? Yeah.
I think they posted the wrong one.
Oh.
Nah, they're both all right. So
Yeah. Oscar Hine Baston.
Here we go.
Why do you make so many cringy TikToks?
mate, he's full of it. You should see the sum he makes. Like he just like DMs private ones and geez, they're something to see.
I did see one of you on his account
Yeah.
coming out of the change rooms, I think it was, for state training.
Yeah. Get sent that one a fair bit. So
I think I saw that. Lockie Matthew. Is your uncle your hero?
yeah, he's one of my uncles. So yeah.
Okay.
Again from Lockie, is it true if you make the AFL, you'll buy your uncle a Lamborghini, not a tractor one as well?
He's been asking for a Ferrari, so I don't know what he's on about. Wanted a silver one. But
Do Lambos do tractors, or am I thinking of something? I swear I've seen something like a big sports car brand doing some sort of tractor.
really
Unless that
would,
was in
eh?
a movie or something.
I don't know.
No idea.
I've,
Probably put on
I've
a
seen
leaf.
something.
So
somewhere.
is that true? You will be buying?
It's a big ask.
no,
ask.
no promises.
Yeah,
but
no promises.
That's
So,
almost 2 years of a wage of your first 2 years on an AFL list. That's probably what that would equal. You'd be out of pocket.
Yeah.
You'd need to be $1 million man. Joel_Brown, how do you rate the Peel Backman in round 10?
I think that was him. So
Be
yeah,
respectful here.
yeah, be nice, but it was still pretty hard. Like, yeah, not much to say really.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that when you kick 6?
the stats
Yeah.
speak for themselves. So
Yeah.
James _Edoc 1, I think. How do you get your hair so perfect? He had a haircut earlier today, so
I don't know what he's talking about. Perfect, but yeah, I looked on the revision. I was like, mate, this is terrible. It's like a helmet, and I was just like, nah, I'm cutting it.
got pretty long.
Yeah, it was getting gross.
Tom Anderson 5, best product to come out of Donnybrook.
Yeah, I'd have to give it to him. I think. Yeah.
Well, one of my mates is from Donnybrook. He played some league footy there, 2021. Played against Bustleton when East Perth were playing West Coast. Jai Amos came down, played for Bustleton, and he reckons he shut Jai down.
That happened.
And I was like, yeah, rightio. But he reckons he shut down Jai. It's a big statement.
Okay, well, James. How do we say this? James Mezeros. Describe your relationship with Mezzo. How you started off as enemies, then became brothers.
Yeah. He just moved to Perth actually. He was at Scotch for a bit and then decided to go to Hale. I don't know why, but yeah.
Enemies to brothers. How's this happen?
I don't know. I reckon
Be
it was
brothers to enemies.
all in the little basketball 1v1s we used to do. Used to get pretty heated, but yeah, I'd say we're brothers now.
Shale Goldson 17. What rank are you on Rainbow Six Siege? Dirk and Milgy? Is that your
Yeah,
username?
drink the Milky's the
Drink-
username.
Drink the Milky.
I'm actually I think plat 3, so yeah, I got a 1.1.
Who else plays Rainbow?
A
I swear we had someone on recently and they play Rainbow.
few people
No
do. It's
idea.
pretty popular at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
have to jump on.
No, I won't be. I've tried it a couple of years ago and I didn't like it, so I won't be going back.
Fletcher_page _. I've really got to get this bakery name right here. What's your go-to bakery from? How do you? It starts. You'll know it.
Newens
Bakery. What's your go-to bakery order?
Probably sounds bad, but chocolate eclair. I reckon they have probably the best chocolate eclairs going.
So this is in York.
Yeah.
It's the local.
Yeah. Even the pies are pretty flash. So either one of the two.
Cooper Neal. If you could play any other sport, what would it be?
Jeez, it's a tough one.
With the height, basketball, surely.
No, I
Played
didn't really
much
like basketball.
Didn't
No,
you?
more of a swimmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd be decent at
He's
that.
obviously got his bronze medallion or whatever it's called to be able to be a lifeguard. So
Probably a weird one, I reckon, I don't know, race car driving?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a sport, but...
I mean,
what? Racing cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sport. I'd definitely. say
We've
that's a
had this
sport.
debate before where, like,
It is a sport.
we don't know
It's
motorsports.
it's called motor
Yeah.
sport.
yeah.
It is a sport,
All right.
in my
Run
opinion.
with it. A couple more. Isaiah Dimmer. What do you rate Joey Harp?
Yeah, he's a good footballer. Good off the half-back, so... Yeah, real key player in Perth, so... Yeah.
And last one, T-Man 3112, best mates from York.
Yeah, definitely him. James. Jeez. It's probably the main ones. Yeah. It's not too many.
Controversial.
Not too many out there, but yeah.
Right, well, that wraps it all up. Skinbro leaderboard for the quiz now. Now, we had a equal top scorer last week of Luke Kelly.
We did.
He put himself up to 12th. Sorry, not 12th. 12 points.
Got the phone out to show us that we got... Not,
Yeah.
yeah.
It could have been
question wrong.
controversial. But the Swans boys lead it, 1 and 2 at the moment. In terms of drafts prospects, Clay Hall is sitting in 3rd. Van Rooyen, 11. Colton Tholstrup, 10. And
Oscar's
Oscar's
10.
on 10. So they're all the draft prospects so far.
Do you rate yourself with your stats?
Like my personal stats?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not really, to be honest.
Okay. Well, most people say that they do pretty well. So
Yeah.
Well, this is a question that most get right, but sometimes I guess
it's controversial.
It's probably the older people that get it wrong because they haven't had it measured for 2 years. So we'll say that. What is your height and weight on the Waffle website? Height and weight.
200 centimetres and 96 kilos.
Bang, that's
So
correct.
that would have been probably measured at the beginning of the year, I assume.
Yeah, I had to make sure the 200 was on there.
Yeah, I saw other websites and stuff say you're 197.
Yeah, I think that's pretty old. Yeah.
Might be an under 16s thing.
Yeah.
Grown 3 centimetres since.
1 from 1. How many disposals did you have when you kicked 6 goals against Peel?
10.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
6 touches of goals, 4 are just, I don't know, assists or whatever.
I think it was only one that wasn't a shot on goal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's proper presentation up the corridor. Thanks
Just
very
a
much.
day out.
2 from 2. Question number 3. Did you have more disposals or marks in that game?
Disposals. I think I had 9 marks.
he
10
knows his
disposals.
stats.
He does know.
3 from 3. Number 4. How many times have you personally had 30 or more hit-outs in a Colts game this year?
I want to say 4. Nah,
Close. Hang on. Yeah, close.
it's under.
It's 3.
I was going to say 3.
Yeah.
That's not a stat that like people usually look at, but like obviously being a ruckman, is that something you always have a look at?
I think there was a 29 one in there, like 29 hit-outs, so just under 30.
Probably should have just added one more.
Still 3.
Question number 5. How many games have Scotch won in 2023?
Jeez.
This is testing if he's paying attention to his former school.
I think it's 9.
Yep. It is.
They're undefeated. So.
Yeah.
They nearly got beaten by Trinity.
Yeah.
Close game.
That was a good game.
Didn't they smack Guildford by like
Yeah.
a lot?
Yeah,
like,
I looked at like half time and it was like 120 to I think 0.
Was that the game a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of it because I was just at home doing nothing, and I turned in the score. It was about a minute before half time. It was like 100 to 3.
Yeah.
Just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Question number 6.
What are we? We still got the one wrong.
So
we're
4 from 5.
4 from 5.
Number 6. You kicked the same amount of You kicked the same amount of goals and behinds in your futures career for Perth. What's the number?
5.
It's 3 apparently.
Yeah.
Don't think there was too many futures games, but yeah, bit of a harder one, that one.
It is. 4 from 6. Question number 7. True or false? Your number 37 was the 4th highest number in the WA squad this year.
I want to say true.
Yeah, bang.
Was
it is
true.
Yeah.
Pretty high number. Did you choose that number? Or
You don't get to
No.
choose them. Yeah.
So I think you have a pretty high number. I mean,
Well,
being
Harley Reid plays with the number 5 in the Coats League or whatever it's called over there, and he got the number 5 for Vic
well, it's
Country as
Harley
well.
Reid, mate. He
Yeah.
does what he
Yeah.
wants.
I don't know if it's him. They might
Yeah.
just be looking after his brand or something. Watch him. He'll get drafted and we'll be wearing the number 5 next year. At
Yeah,
an AFL club.
Who's wearing it for West Coast?
Well, he's not coming to West Coast.
That's a whole other podcast in itself. That debate. What are we on? We're on. It's number.
I think we're on. Well,
We're on 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7. Yep.
Number 8. How many points did Team Hooley beat Team Murphy by in that All Stars game? Hint: it's the exact same margin you beat SA by this year. 4.
4 what?
Points.
No, incorrect.
28 points.
Jeez,
So that's why I said goals, because I was like, maybe you're saying 4 goals, and that's pretty close.
Wasn't
it was
as close as
closer
you
than
thought against SA?
I thought it was
20.
close.
It was pretty close. But I suppose you guys got a bit of a run on in the end.
Yeah.
Still on 5
It's on 5.
with 6 points up for grabs.
Yeah.
Question number 9. Have you personally received or given away more free kicks in your entire Colts career?
I want to say received.
Unfortunately, you've given away 3 more.
Jeez.
15
That's
to
bad.
12.
That's bad.
Oh, we started so well,
I
and
know.
I know. Oh, I thought we were on.
I think the max you can
Toby
get is 10.
Toby McQuilkin could potentially be lining up for not last.
So the last one's a who am I? So basically, when we do this, it's pretty much anyone related to the guests, where they're from,
Yeah.
where they might have played, just anything related to them. And it's not necessarily like a family member or anything like that. So basically, we'll read out the birthday. You get 3 guesses at the birthday. If you get it within 3 guesses, you get 5 points. So that'll take you up to 10. And then we'll just move down. But the more we read, the less points up for grabs.
Yeah.
So the birthday, I was born on the 15th of June, 1998. 3 guesses if you want. If you do want to move on, you can, but obviously less points up for grabs.
Zach Fisher.
Bang, he's got it.
I had a feeling, eh?
Yeah.
Was that too easy, you reckon? We're trying to find someone related, like York. It was the only name that really popped up.
Well, he reckons it's the Prince of York or whatever it is.
Yeah. We've got to the most common score of the quiz, 10.
Yeah,
just
it's
seems-
really par. Like
Yeah.
this quiz is a par 10.
Yeah.
Like people go unders, people go overs, but that's what happens in golf as well. You hit bogeys, you hit some birdies, and luckily for Riley Harbin, Luke Kelly, Zach Mainwaring, Clay Hall, Sam Van Ryan, they've all hit birdies, and I probably say Luke and Riley have hit eagles.
Yeah. If you only got a couple more of those earlier questions, you could have taken it out. But
What's Toby got on 6? Would you say that's a double bogey, triple bogey?
as worse, well, not as worse as you can get because he's still got some points.
Yeah,
but
exactly. But yeah, there you go.
the rest of that from York and Perth Demons, you would have got that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Played a 100th game earlier this year. Where's the number 25 for Carlton? Zach Fisher. So you would have got there in the end, but 5 is perfect for that.
Yeah, takes you to
question.
10. Par score.
Brilliant way to end the episode as well.
You mentioned how common it is. In
It's-
recent years, it's been quite staggered, hasn't it?
Yeah, we almost need to
This
figure
year,
out a way.
everyone has been around 10, and you get the odd that goes up, and for Toby's sake, go down.
Yeah. 10 it's common.
Yeah.
And I thought we were on to beat that, to be honest, early.
So was I.
Yeah. But
How were you thinking earlier? What, were you 4 from 4 or 5 from 5? You were 3 from 3, I think.
Yeah.
And then 4 from 5. So what were you thinking early?
Thought I was on.
yeah.
Gonna win it.
On for a bag of 10.
Yeah. But no.
We still got to 10 anyway, so that's all right.
Double digits. You'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of gifts to give you afterwards, thanks to our great sponsors at Skinbro and Hat Locker. But Cohen, can't thank you for coming on again, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me.
Bang on 3:59 as well.
Yeah,
Finished,
I know.
wrapped up 4 o'clock. So
Yep,
Yeah,
perfect
nah.
timing.
appreciate you coming in, and we'll get those gifts to you.
Yep. Code Bray and Ethan 20 for 20% off at both skinbro.com and hatlocker.com.au. If you want to get some nice little gifts for yourself. Look
Or
after
anyone
yourself.
else.
Yeah, anyone else. Yeah, of course. And just remember, $35 or more at Skinbro, you get free shipping as well. So it's very, very handy. If you're on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts, you can watch us on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube, want to jump in the car, you can head over to wherever you get your podcast from as well. Remember to subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. That would be appreciated. It would. All right. Well, that's it.
Catch
Thanks,
you later,
boys.
boys.